If you ever think your life is hard, just remember, somewhere out there on the ocean floor, a sea cucumber is quietly suffering through existence, eating sand, breathing through its butt, and praying nothing, absolutely nothing, decides to snack on it today. And honestly, considering how many things want to eat a sea cucumber, that prayer is rarely answered. Welcome back to the channel, my wild ocean explorers. Today we're diving deep, and I mean seafloor deep, into why it absolutely, unquestionably, hilariously, and tragically sucks to be born as a sea cucumber. I know. Sea cucumbers look like a soggy vegetable someone dropped into the ocean by accident. But these squishy, wormy blobs are real animals, living full lives down there. And trust me, those lives are rough. We're talking constant danger, strange anatomy, questionable reproduction strategies, and a lifestyle that makes even the laziest human look productive. So buckle up, because this episode will be slippery, slimy, scientifically accurate, and mildly disturbing, just like the sea cucumber itself. But before we dive too deep, let me paint you a picture. Imagine for a second that you open your eyes for the very first time. Except you technically don't have eyes, and the first thing you discover is, oh wow, I can't move fast. Actually, I can barely move. I am basically a living, breathing, gelatinous sausage. Congratulations, you have just been born as a sea cucumber, and your suffering begins right there. Now, let's properly begin. Being born as a sea cucumber is like being handed the beginner difficulty in a video game, but the universe secretly switched it to extreme mode. You hatch into the ocean not as a cute baby version of yourself, but as a microscopic drifting speck called a larva. You're a floating dot with zero control. The ocean currents decide everything for you: where you go, where you live, and most importantly, whether you get eaten on day 1 or day 0. There is no tutorial, no guidance, no mom, no dad. Just drifting. If Finding Nemo had been about a sea cucumber instead of a clownfish, the movie would have ended in the first 5 minutes. If the ocean currents are kind to you and you somehow don't get slurped up by fish, jellyfish, plankton eaters, filter feeders, or literally anything with a mouth, you eventually sink to the ocean floor. That's where your real problems begin. Because sinking means, congratulations, you've survived childhood. Now prepare for lifelong mediocrity. You're stuck on the bottom, forever slow, forever squishy, and forever anxious about something stepping on you. Imagine living your whole life as the floor mat of the ocean. That's the sea cucumber experience. And the worst part? You have zero escape skills. Sea cucumbers move at the speed of disappointment. If a predator approaches, your best defense is to lie there and hope it loses interest. Well, that's not your only defense. But we'll get to the horror show that is sea cucumber defense mechanisms very soon. But let's back up a little. Let's properly introduce these strange, misunderstood creatures. Sea cucumbers are echinoderms. Yes, the same family as sea stars and sea urchins. Except instead of having cool spikes or arms or pretty patterns, they look like a stress toy that has been overused by an anxious college student during finals week. They come in all sizes, from tiny pink gummy candy-looking ones to big sausage-sized ones that fishermen sometimes pick up, thinking they found a lost sandal. Despite their weirdness, sea cucumbers are absolutely essential to ocean ecosystems. They clean the seafloor by eating sand, digesting the organic bits, and pooping out clean sand. They are basically living Roombas, endlessly vacuuming the ocean floor. But being a Roomba in the ocean comes with its own unique difficulties. And we're going to explore every single one of them. But before that, engagement time. Let me ask you, if you had to be any weird ocean animal for one day, just one day, what would you pick? A sea cucumber? A jellyfish? A mantis shrimp? Something deadly? Something adorable? Drop it in the comments, because I want to know which one of you would voluntarily choose to be a butt-breathing ocean sausage. Alright, back into the deep. Let's talk about reproduction, because, oh boy, sea cucumber reproduction is a journey. First of all, they don't do anything dramatic. No dances, no songs, no proposals. They don't even need partners, they just gather in a group, yeet their gametes into the water, and pray for the best. A whole population of sea cucumbers just stands there doing the biological equivalent of, "All right, guys, 3, 2, 1, release." It's synchronized chaos. The males shoot sperm clouds into the water. The females release eggs into the same water, and the ocean current becomes responsible for matchmaking. It's the most hands-off process ever, because, well, they don't have hands. And if the sperm reaches the egg, congratulations. New baby sea cucumber. If not, too bad. Back to eating sand, and mentioning eating sand might sound funny, but yup, that's their entire lifestyle. Sea cucumbers eat sand. They shovel mouthfuls of dirt, extract tiny nutrients from it, and poop out the rest. Imagine if your entire diet was unflavored dirt. No spices, no variety, just dirt. Forever, every day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, dirt. And because this is the ocean floor, that dirt also contains decomposing fish, decaying algae, microscopic poop from every creature in the area, and whatever the current dragged in last night. Sea cucumbers are recycling bins with feelings. Or, well, like with nerve endings, not feelings. They don't have brains. They don't even have a proper nervous system. Any emotional suffering they experience is purely theoretical. For us. But of all the bizarre things about sea cucumbers, nothing beats their defense mechanism. Because sea cucumbers defend themselves by ejecting their internal organs. Yes. If something attacks them, they literally spit out their own guts. They turn themselves inside out. They throw their stomach, intestines, and sticky toxic filaments at the attacker like a gross, slimy ninja move. Imagine being mugged and throwing your pancreas at the thief. That's the sea cucumber strategy. And here's the worst part. They survive. They just grow their organs back. Slowly, painfully, like the world's grossest regeneration superpower. But until those organs regrow, they're vulnerable, hungry, and stressed. Imagine throwing your liver during a fight and then regrowing it for months. Sorry, can't go out for dinner today. Just regrowing my digestive system. Sea cucumber life is wild. Then there's the breathing situation. Sea cucumbers breathe through their butt. Yes, it's true. Their respiratory system is connected to their cloaca. Water flows in. Oxygen gets absorbed. Water flows out. Through the same place where poop flows out. This means their breathing pipe is basically a multi-purpose tunnel. The ocean is full of wonders and also of butt-breathing slugs. But wait, it gets worse. Some small fish actually enter the sea cucumber's butt and live inside. Why? Protection, safety, a cozy home, rent-free real estate. So while the sea cucumber is just trying to breathe, a fish is like, "Bro, I live here now." If you ever feel like people walk all over you, remember the sea cucumber has tenants in its butthole. And now let's talk movement, because calling it movement is generous. Sea cucumbers crawl using tube feet, but they're so slow that a motivated snail could win a race against them. They move like a sleepy caterpillar. A 90-year-old tortoise stuck in traffic moves faster, and this lack of speed means they are incredibly vulnerable. A predator doesn't have to chase them. Just walk up slowly, casually, politely, and eat them. But despite all this misery, sea cucumbers are weirdly resilient. They survive in freezing cold, pitch-black deep ocean locations where the pressure could crush a submarine. They live in coral reefs, sandy bottoms, seagrass fields, and even muddy environments that look like underwater wastelands. They're adaptable, tough, durable, which is ironic because they're also literally squishy. Push one and it compresses like bread dough. But don't be fooled. Being squishy is also a survival mechanism. Their soft bodies allow them to wedge into tight spaces, escape predators by deflating themselves, and survive impacts. Their unique collagen fibers let them change body stiffness in seconds. A sea cucumber can go from hard to soft instantly, which please don't interpret any weird way. Nature just does what it wants. Despite all their quirks, sea cucumbers play a crucial role in maintaining healthy oceans. Their constant sand eating keeps nutrients cycling and prevents dead zones. They stir the sediment, improve water quality, and support other marine life. But even though they're essential, they face serious threats. Overfishing, yes, people eat them. Pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change all affect their survival. In many cultures, sea cucumbers are considered a delicacy. People actually pay a lot of money to eat something that breathes through its butt. Humanity is confusing. But let's not end on ultimate sadness just yet. Let's appreciate some strange abilities sea cucumbers do have, because they're not completely helpless. First, they can liquefy their bodies. Yes, they can literally melt themselves. When they need to squeeze through a tight space, their tissues soften. When they want to harden up for protection, they stiffen. If we humans had this ability, we would never need doorways. We'd just ooze through walls like ghosts. Second, they can regenerate organs, not just limbs. Organs. Heart, intestines, respiratory trees, you name it. Imagine regrowing your stomach after a bad breakup. Sea cucumbers just do it. Third, they communicate by releasing chemicals into the water. Basically underwater texting, but without phones. Hey guys, reproduce tonight. Danger nearby. I'm stressed. Simple messages, but effective. Fourth, some species glow in the dark. A glowing butt-breathing slug? Iconic. And finally, they're important indicators of ecosystem health. When sea cucumbers disappear, it means the ocean is suffering. And we should definitely worry when even the ocean's vacuum cleaners can't survive. Now imagine this whole life cycle in full. You're born microscopic. You drift helplessly. You settle on the ocean floor. You eat sand for life. You move slowly. You breathe through your butt. You get attacked constantly. Sometimes you throw your organs as weapons. Other times you melt. Occasionally a fish rents out your rear end. You clean the ocean. You help keep marine ecosystems alive. And when you finally reach a dignified age, what happens? Humans catch you and put you in soup. It really genuinely, profoundly sucks to be born as a sea cucumber. But here's the twist. Even though sea cucumbers live difficult lives, they're some of the most resilient, important, underappreciated creatures on Earth. They quietly do their job, keep the oceans healthy, and survive in conditions where other animals wouldn't last a minute. They teach us something valuable. Even the weirdest, squishiest, most awkward creatures can have an essential role in the world. And if you enjoyed this slimy little journey into the life of an underwater beanbag, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another weird wildlife story. And don't forget to comment your chosen ocean animal for the day. I'm excited to see who volunteers to be a sea cucumber. Thanks for watching, and remember, life is strange, nature is stranger, and the sea cucumber is just out here doing its best. See you in the next video.